Welcome to Bright Pink Soul. I'm SK, your intuitive host. I was inspired by Nancy Drew mysteries as a child. Now I enjoy looking for clues to the spiritual and supernatural mysteries of life. If you are a curious soul, a bright pink soul in other words, I hope you enjoy this adventure with me. Today I have a special treat for you, with Matt G as my co-host for this Dear SK episode, where a listener writes in with a question. Was it a dream or an out-of-body experience? This episode is brought to you by me, Medium SK Cawthron. Grief can make you feel alone, but love never really ends, it just changes form. My intuitive sessions offer a safe space to reconnect with your spark and with the ones you love. Go to skcawthron.com for a session. That's skcothren.com. I'll meet you there. Dear SK, when I was 16, I went under anesthesia. I understand that anesthesia brings one very close to death as far as heart rate and breathing. While in between worlds, I had this vision of sitting with some people in a circle. I kept falling over in my seat, and the people in the circle were laughing. The man next to me looked to me and said, "You're not ready for this." He put his hand on my face and slowly pushed me down, 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 until his hand became the mask that the medical team were giving me oxygen with. I cried for a long time after that. The experience in general and who or what these beings represented, were these guides, relatives, subconscious unravelings? I don't believe in just a dream. I don't really believe in just anything. Were they aspects of myself at the time or the way I saw the world? Whatever it was, the experience has stayed with me, and now that I'm talking to you about it, I realize how very alive in me it has stayed. Would you please share with me any insights and what your tools may tell you regarding this experience? Love, Liberty. So Liberty, I'm going to shuffle some cards, and while I'm shuffling cards, I'm going to ask Matt to share his insights.
Yeah, this one is actually pretty clear. We're all part of some kind of group before we come into this world, and we're all part of a group when we go out of this world. And that's what happened. A lot of times, your soul longing will go back to where it came from, whatever that means. And so, yeah, you basically showed up with your people. And that's why they were very calm about it. They were just like, yeah, not yet. Because, not like they sit around waiting, but that's how we interpret it. Because they want to know what you bring back after being on Earth for a lifetime. A lot of people who have experiences claim, and I think I agree with this, say that Earth is the hardest, if not one of the hardest planets to live on because of so much intensity. But that's one of the reasons why I think it can be sweet to have a life that's only 80, 90 years
Right.
instead of 500, because then you get to go back to these people or entities or beings, and you get to share it. It's interesting that you did this, because I told you, SK, about that story I've had in my head for over a decade about what happens, to this person who passes over, and when they get there, it's just basically this infinite mansion of lounges. You can get yourself a drink, you can have a cigarette, or you can just, take off your shoes and put your feet up on the nice satin pillows, and everyone's just telling stories about their life.
Yes.
And from that point of view, where you're just in a lounge, you're not as, worked up about it. And so people are laughing about it and all that kind of stuff. And it's weird that I have just told you about that story, even though I've known you for over a decade, and I've had the idea for over a decade that this email comes through. And I didn't know. I mean, you told me that the email had come through, but I said, don't tell me until we're on the air.
Yes.
And sure enough, isn't it interesting that that's another synchronicity of this is why we have life on Earth. And I was saying earlier, like a graduation. You're not ready yet. You haven't graduated to this level. That one, it just seems so clear. And that the reason why you're so sad is because the connections there aren't interrupted. There are planets in the galaxy that do not have this level of fear running everything. Not that the fear doesn't exist, but almost every civilization on Earth is like run with 90% fear. And so you feel this tremendous sense of loss when you're with people that understand you without having to explain yourself. And again, I know I've experienced that, and I think SK's experienced some of that too. But it's also something to look forward to. I mean, just like with the story that you read, it is important to live this life and learn those lessons and go through it. But there's more to it, whether you're talking about Elvis or this, because it's not a dream, and I agree with her. The term just seems kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a dream, or oh, it's just that, or oh, it's just a broken leg, or oh, it's just the loss of your home. Like, why would you say just?
Right.
It was an experience that stuck with you, and it was important, so who cares what anyone said? But when I look at it from that state of what would this represent, I think it wasn't even representational. I think you literally went to this place, and they said, you have to graduate before you get here, and they just go back down, and then that's that.
I agree. I think it's really straightforward, and I think it's special, actually. You know,
it's making me smile. Like,
yeah, not everybody
that's
gets
their sense of humor.
Yes.
They're like, not now, kid.
Yeah,
and
and the fact that you couldn't sit up in your chair because
you're just not ready.
The feeling I'm getting is in their perspective, she was much younger than 16. And, you know, like she was just a baby in their perspective, and that's why she couldn't sit in the chair, and she kept falling over. Just like we laugh at babies the way they fall over all the time. You know, we get such a kick out of little kids and the way they...
Sure, we can laugh about adults.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we get such a kick out of them not knowing how to sit in the chair or how to, do this yet. And even though they're learning, this is all about her learning. And the cards that came out were really interesting because she got cyan and green, which is about building your confidence. And this is about the throat chakra, actually really speaking with confidence and using your voice to express yourself. And this green is that's what really shows that you're a fresh energy, you're a new energy, and that's the way they see you in this lifetime, is this fresh perspective. And so you're learning, and just like Matt said, it's a very fresh energy, and they enjoy your energy. They enjoy kind of not living vicariously, but they do appreciate your perspective.
Yeah, they're looking forward to the return.
Yeah, because...
But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy an experience now. It's just you would experience that loss and that heartbreak of being with your true family and then being separated.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing I think most of us have to come to terms with, is we will return to our original family. And for whatever reason we chose this life in this body, or, we were put in this situation. We were put in this situation to learn, and it's so difficult sometimes because it's like we've lost all of our understanding that we had before we arrived here, and we have to relearn, and we literally start out as babies, and we have to do all these things to build ourselves up to the point where we understand more about who we are in this body and on this planet. And I think it's interesting too, because the other two cards that came out were the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, which the Queen of Swords is all about learning from past experiences and being discerning and being
decisive.
being very decisive, having that sword of truth and sticking by it and having confidence in it and speaking up when someone else is being oppressed, but more importantly, learning to speak up for yourself when you're being oppressed and someone is trying to take away your energy and not allowing that anymore. And becoming the Queen of Swords is all about, rising to that level, like literally having to go through the battles with the swords, like it's not easy. And yet you rise to that understanding of yourself, and you also understand others, and you can have that empathy and compassion. And the other part that's really cool that corresponds, I just feel like it's so I love doing readings with cards just because they're so synchronistic. And the Queen of Swords came out under Cyan, Build Your Confidence. And the Nine of Pentacles came out under Green, Revitalize Your Nervous System.
Yep.
And it's all about making your dreams come true and really following through with the things that matter most to you, because that's what's going to reap the abundance and really make you feel like you have accomplished what you came here for.
Is the Nine of Pentacles the one where it's like in a garden?
Yes, it's in a garden.
No.
Yeah, let me explain it because you can't see it. Yeah, she's in a garden. She has a bird on her hand.
Yep.
She's very content. She has one hand.
She's in her garden.
Yeah, and she's reaped these rewards. She waited for the harvest, and now she has this harvest, this abundant harvest in her garden, and everything is green around her.
Yeah.
And it is about paying attention to your nervous system, because our body
being grounded.
Yeah, it's so tender in so many ways. Our nervous system is so fine-tuned that if we pay attention to it and we actually make an effort to ground ourselves in nature, just go outside, breathe the air, notice the birds, notice the trees, and especially this time of year. It's absolutely stunningly gorgeous if you have, different colors of trees, leaves around you right now. And really appreciating that. And that's just a simple grounding technique. Just go outside, and recognize that our body needs fresh air and it needs to be revitalized every day. That we wake up with this desire to discover new things and to follow that. So that's what I see, and I think that it's a beautiful thing that you have this memory of meeting with your family. Thanks for listening. That's all for this episode of Bright Pink Soul, a true intuitive podcast. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep following those intuitive nudges. You never know where they'll lead to next. If you've got a question, a story, or just something strange and wonderful to share, send it my way at brightpinkpod@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. I might even feature it on the show, with your permission, of course. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who could use a little intuitive spark today. Thank you.